Greetings, Soul Tribe, and welcome to your next pick a card reading. My name's Brittany. I'm the Cancerian Clairvoyant, and today I am going to be your spiritual tour guide as we embark on the journey to figure out what are your spiritual gifts. We all have them, and a lot of them are not quite apparent until we have some type of epiphany or an experience that creates a knowing in us so deeply that we can't turn away from it anymore. So we're going to delve into what those spiritual gifts are. And I'm really excited because this is one of my favorite topics, and I love showing people how to unlock their spiritual gifts. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it's one of the things that I do on my live most frequently, like teaching people how to channel, telepathy, and I've made up many little games to show people and teach people how to, work their spiritual gifts. So I'm very excited to bring this pick a card reading to you today. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. A couple things before I do so. If you are new to this channel, first of all, thank you for coming by and, clicking on this video. I'm so happy you're here. If you would like to, please hit the bell for notifications for when I upload content or go live. I usually do my lives on the weekends, and that's Saturday and Sunday. And this week I'm going to have a 4th of July read, and coincidentally, it is my birthday. So I think I'm going to be doing some type of raffle, and I would really love if you were there. So please make sure that you join. It's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to have some birthday bash fun. It's going to be great. If you haven't liked the video, please do so. Every little bit helps. Also, if you feel compelled to share, please do that as well. Again, every bit helps. If you are looking for a personal reading, you can check out the description box below. All of my information is in there for how to get a hold of me. And I'd be glad to set something up with you to either do a reading or book some spiritual time. Just a little bit about me. Personally, I like to do the lives because I think that you get a little bit more out of it. It's more creative problem solving for you, and I feel like I can put my best foot forward and give the best help with the lives. So again, hit me up if you want to do that, and we can definitely book something. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We have 3 different piles here. Let me adjust my light a little bit. We have 3 different piles here today. Let me turn that bad boy up. I am so sorry. 1 second. First one here is green kyanite. This beautiful green bluish rock. I love this one. It's a stable one. Then we have the hematite. And then we have Tansberry quartz. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let you just meditate on which pile you think you're drawn to, and it could be multiple as well. I suggest, and maybe even all 3, that's up to you. I personally resonate with all 3 because I'm doing the readings most of the time. So I'm going to go ahead and let you meditate for a second. Take a deep breath and think about the question, which is what are your spiritual gifts, and go ahead and pick. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile 1. All right, so we will just move this out of the frame. All right, and let's get started. Green kyanite. All right, so what are your spiritual gifts? What things put you in another dimension? My favorite place to be, everywhere but the 3D. Up there communicating with my higher self and people I'm connected to and their higher self. I love being 4D and beyond. All right, pile 1. What are your spiritual gifts? So we have blossom, challenging times. What are your spiritual gifts? Take the lead. success and growth. What are your spiritual gifts? Ah, I came flying out there. We have helpless and hopeless. Crown chakra. We're going to do one more. Confront. And then I have a couple of oracle decks that I'm going to go ahead and pull. Pile one spiritual gifts. Light workers. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and pull another oracle from this one. Pile one's spiritual gifts. Pile one's spiritual gifts. What are pile one's spiritual gifts? Motivation. And that says, I am motivated and motivated people help me improve my finances. So to me, your spiritual gift is the gift of manifestation and basically law of attraction and speaking things into existence. Look at her. She's, kind of playing with the energy. So basically like an energy and a light worker. You're able to manipulate waves, intention, healing energy, hurting energy too, unfortunately. And it looks like you're so good at it that even in the challenging times, you're able to just take control. And I think that you actually operate best in chaotic times. You really have a great ability to change your vibration and manipulate the energies to manifest exactly what you desire. So here I see the success and growth, helpless and hopeless, but I don't believe you're that. And you know how to look at the different perspectives and really your surroundings and understand how things are working together. I think that the way that you manifest is by basically accessing the Akashic records, which is, innate knowledge. So it's kind of like if you ask, you shall receive. I don't even think that you know that you're doing it, but I get the crown chakra here, and I just envision like the crown of my head and reaching up to the stars and basically creating a tunnel for which I can pull information down. And then also here, if you look at this archway, they're looking through, it's like through another portal. It's like you can see into another dimension. But I don't want to say dimension necessarily, but I want to say you can see, like, for example, the Akashic records, it basically has access to all earthly and people things related. So for example, you can probably see people's life streams. So when you look at a person, like maybe you don't even know anything about them, but you can access like what they're about, what type of person they are, the different challenges they've gone through in life. And it helps you manifest because you have a very, very observant eye. And with that, you're able to create a sense of belonging because you're just able to figure things out. And, that's why you're so good at manifestation, because you see all of the openings for opportunities. And I think that you are fully aware, and with this blame card here, I feel like you're fully aware of how much control you actually do have of your life. And the motivation card here as well. And then once you get going in that rhythm of manifesting and working with those energies, you're like a train that doesn't stop. It just keeps going and going and going. Once you pick up momentum, you do not slow down. I feel though sometimes something that impedes your spiritual gifts are when you do get depressed, like, or like not your usual self. What ends up happening is, and not to be confused with the challenging times, but when you're not feeling yourself really, and I mean like an emotional sense, you have problems accessing that gift. But during like chaotic and challenging times where you're being actually challenged to succeed and rise above, I feel like that's a completely different scenario. But that does affect your spiritual gifts. So my advice to you would be definitely to try to get your emotions under control a little bit more. I see that when our emotions do come out, that our ego tends to come out with it. So getting that ego in check is going to be something that's really helpful for you. And to try to maintain a point of balance where we're not really having judgments about anything, and we're really just kind of going with the flow and creating that momentum so we can continuously manifest. Yeah, so you have tremendous manifestation and energy working powers here. I would even start trying to put these manifestations and this energy into like a strategic plan. Like start journaling about it and maybe write down what you're trying to manifest. I saw something really interesting where a girl was talking about what she wanted to manifest, and she was talking about being an actress and how she wanted to play a specific part. So she actually made the video of the audition that she was going to be in, and then she actually manifested it, and I think she watched it every day. So it's like you have to see what you're focusing on and have it in repetition every day as your brain starts to align and then starts picking up on those opportunities that are in line with that manifestation. So if you would like to start, working on this gift a little bit more, that would be my suggestion. And really, do that journaling process every day so you can start to see your progress. Our biggest thing with spiritual gifts and why it's so hard to develop them is because there is no like litmus test to know if you're doing it right. It's really just a knowing that you have, and then proof and validation as you go through the different steps and realize that this is actually happening. So definitely use that as a litmus test and start, tracking all those things. I would love if you would drop some comments about, this spiritual gift that you have and your experience with it so far. I'm really interested in seeing that. So definitely drop your comments. And yeah, this was an interesting reading. All right, Pile One, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great night. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do Pile 2, which is the hematite here. I feel like aliens with the hematite. It just looks like unlike all the other crystals. Maybe your thing is, speaking with spirit guides and really like mediumship. But, it doesn't have to just be people that have passed away. It could be other entities that you're speaking with. So what are Pile 2's spiritual gifts? Base chakra. Movement, choices, and decisions. Truth, hope, mental conflict, discontent, and boredom. So let me take a look and we'll shuffle the other ones over here. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Yeah, I definitely get the feeling of mediumship with this one. Humor, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. The lighter side of life. Yeah, I definitely get mediumship with this one. Believe. I believe that each check I write brings money back to me tenfold. So your spiritual gift, I believe, is that you are able to talk to different entities. And you might say, Brittany, that sounds insane. And I might say to you, it does sound a little bit insane, but it's not too far off. Us spiritual people know what it feels like. And I think for a little bit, and if you haven't gotten here yet, there's going to come a time that you can no longer deny what's happening to you. So I feel very strongly that you are either on the side of the fence where you understand it and you understand what's happening, or you have no idea at all. So here with the base chakra, to me, when I see movement, choices, and decisions, I'm kind of talking about that, where like maybe these are like the different spirit guides, these different doors, different pathways to different entities and spirits, or potentially aliens. Look the beam up here. That reminds me of aliens. And then the truth and the hope. And the hope is actually the stars, and then this is judgment. And then usually with the regular tarot Rider-Waite deck, there's like the angels blowing a horn, and then this is divine timing, starry sky. So I really feel like once you learn the truth, and it's all going to be in good timing that's aligned with your spiritual journey, you are going to definitely understand what's happening. And once you go there, you're not going to be able to go back. I think that you can see some of these entities in your head, and I think that your belief is what is going to bring you there. So I feel like you've maybe been questioning a lot, what's actually going on, and you're just kind of not understanding the situation, kind of like tied up. But it's just a matter of time before you actually muster up the courage, courage of the lion, to actually confront this and say, what is happening here? I know it's really hard for people, especially with mediumship, to not get freaked out, because it's something that can be a little scary when you feel another presence with you. I feel them all the time, but I've just gotten used to it, and I'm okay with it now at this point. So I think that once you acknowledge this, things will start unfolding. So I would suggest that you find somebody that you can talk to about this, because I think that you prolonging the inevitable of this spiritual gift is kind of holding you back in a way. It's keeping you from being able to speak to your spirit guides that want to help you so badly. And I think the way that you need to approach it is with humor. Something that I really liked doing, and how I started off talking to spirit, was I would actually make my own Ouija boards. And I know a lot of people have mixed opinions about Ouija boards, but I realized that when I create my own and I intention it and put the names of the people that are involved with me doing it, we end up talking to basically all relatives, and the communication comes in very clearly, and it's very hard to deny. I even had an experience where I was out with a few people doing it. One of them I didn't really know, and she was having a full-blown conversation with her dad, and she wasn't even touching. the little, I forget what it's called, the planchette. Full conversation, and they were arguing, and it was spelling out perfectly. I could barely keep my hands on it. So it's moments like that that you have to kind of use these experiences and kind of have someone with you to help walk you through, and just kind of be present there with you and add a little bit of humor to it. So how can we add humor to it? You're talking to loved ones. It's like a happy time. I would really suggest maybe trying that. I have never had any bad experiences with that. Only good ones and very positive things when I intentioned it. So it seems like you might be struggling a little bit with this truth, but I would say that you have the full capacity to open this up. It's just going to come down to how brave you really are. Don't be in your head too much. And I would even say that you could hear them in your head and talking to you if you listen. So you can also ask questions and then see if you can listen and hear an answer. A lot of the time I hear the answer from behind my ear when I do ask Spirit for assistance and when I'm being answered. So don't worry, don't fret. I think you'll get here eventually. If you have any questions or need any guidance in this area, feel free to drop a comment. I'd be more than glad to help you with this. I know how, anxiety ridden this can be when dealing with something like this. It can be very scary and intimidating at first, but don't be scared. Definitely reach out to me if you have any questions. Yeah. So thank you for joining us, Pile 2. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Hit that notification bell to receive updates for when I go live or post new content. And as always, thank you again and have a blessed day. All right, now we get to our last pile. And we have the Tansberry quartz. All right. So what are pile 3's spiritual gifts? What are pile 3's? Ooh, spiritual gifts. Spiritual gifts. All right. So this pile, we have one more oracle card, or three rather. 3 oracle cards. Spiritual gifts. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Let's do that again. I just want one. We get relax. I choose to relax and not to fill my mind with worry, as that creates stress. All right, so for this pile, I get heavy vibes on psychic and clairvoyance. I see a lot of future, looking in certain directions, ignoring, establish better boundaries, guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So And then also, mainly this is really what set me off. So the Ace of Swords, like cutting through with communication, seeing happiness, seeing career, seeing when things aren't going right. There's like all these different emotions. So seeing when people are walking away, seeing when they're going to make money. So I just kind of see all of this as, you know, having clairvoyance and being highly psychic. Um, I think one of the things that you struggle with, though, and you know all psychics do until they can, and clairvoyance, until they can really understand how it works, you doubt yourself. And when you have those feelings, you actually prohibit yourself from being able to see with the doubt. It gets very like it's clashing. You're able to see transformations. I believe that you see visions in your head, um, of things that, and these are all like scenarios that it really looks like you see things before they happen. And I choose to relax and not to fill my mind with worry, as that creates stress. And I think that you doubt yourself a lot, so it does create stress for you because you're not sure if it's like just a fluke, but it's not just a fluke. I'm telling you this. You know more than you think you do. And one of the most important things that I learned about being able to channel, or, you know, being able to see the pictures in my head, the clairvoyance, and having the psychic premonitions, is that I had to learn how to meditate, to the point where I just dropped myself. Being able to drop yourself where you're not having emotions or even really thinking, you're just letting the pictures and images and thoughts come into your head like they're not yours. I do a lot of work with clients where I'll meditate them and show them how to channel, which is basically clairvoyance because they're usually seeing pictures in their head. So I walk them through a meditation. The best way to meditate is to really work on your breath and, you know, breathing in through your nose, holding the breath for a couple seconds, and then breathing out, pushing all the air out, through your mouth. And just that rhythmic practice of doing that 3 or 4 times puts you in a completely different state. So, a way to work on this capability or this gift would be, before you're going to make a decision about something or try to see, you're going to want to take a few deep breaths until you feel your body relax. Then the next thing that you would do is ask yourself the question that you're looking for the answer. And don't let yourself jump to any conclusions. Don't let yourself say anything right off the bat. Just be empty for a second after you ask the question, and then let the answer flow in whatever form it may take. Whether it be pictures, images, or maybe you hear the answer loud and clear. But I think that if you started to use this practice and really put your mind to, practicing the meditation and opening yourself up so that you're a direct channel to receive information, I think that you could really do something with this. And, you know, I see you as the Queen of Pentacles here. Be a very stable energy from all of these abilities. The thing that I love to use for my psychic abilities the most and my clairvoyance is actually like business strategy and business planning. It's one of my favorite things to do for my sister as well. One time I did all she told me was, I'm trying to hire somebody. Now talk. Basically, I told her there were 2 people she was trying to hire. I actually told her who the one person was and that they were returning and they worked there 3 times before. I told her what kind of car they drove, which was like I think it was like a Volkswagen, a white Volkswagen. But I described each of their personalities, and the thing is that I don't even remember some of the stuff that I say, but that's kind of what comes with channeling and, you know, these capabilities, that psychicness, is being able to get that information uninhibited and just letting it come in. So yeah, I would say that's where you should start. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I definitely would love to answer them for you. This is one of my favorite topics of all times, and I'd love to engage with you and kind of talk about where you're at. So please drop a comment, hit the like button if you like this video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit that bell so you can get notices for when I go live. As always, thank you, viewer 3 and pile 3, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.